Hi everybody. I am Mel. Some people know me as Roman, others call me B. I've been involved with the Zeitgeist movement since 2009. I first learned about the Zeitgeist movement in 2007 when I watched Zeitgeist the movie on video for the first time. And during this time I was going through what a lot of people might have gone through, known as the bubble bursting, the financial real estate bubble burst. And at that point in time, I was really distraught, wondering, why is all this happening? Well, I kind of knew deep down inside, a lot of people already know this already. So we live in an economy that is infinitely based. That means that in order for the economy to grow, we have to constantly buy stuff. And as long as we have to constantly buy stuff, that means the stuff we have has to break or has to become obsolete. We talked about planned obsolescence. We also talked about, well, I don't know how much we touched on technological unemployment, but I started seeing this happening as I was going through my regular business days, where things became automated, where you can go into a restaurant and there's a kiosk there where you can place your orders, thereby eliminating a whole nother subset of employees. What is that called? That's called technological unemployment. Now, is that a bad thing? Well, to a capitalist, it isn't. To a Zeitgeist member, it also isn't. Why? Well, because that's exactly what needs to happen so we can get out of this rut that we're in, waking up every single morning, getting our stuff together, getting in the car, going to work so that we can pay for the car that we need to go to work in, so that we can pay for the house that we need to live in, so that we can go to work, and the whole vicious cycle repeats over and over again. Now let me ask all of you here, how many people think that that system is working right now? Let me see it, let me see hands. How many people think this system is working? All right, obviously nobody here thinks it's working. How many people here think that we need to have money? Okay, wow, all right, this is going to be easy. Yeah, I know, I'm preaching to the choir, all right?
But let's say for now.
For now.
In the present system, yes.
Exactly. And that I can agree with, because right now we are living in what's known as the state of fear. Well, why is it that we're afraid? Well, we're afraid because money in and of itself has been entrained in our own thought processes from the time we're born till this very moment, which says that we cannot live without money. How many times have you walked up to somebody and said, how would you like to live in a world where we don't have to worry about what we're going to drink, what we're going to eat, where we're going to live, and how we're going to get where we want to go? Has anybody ever put that to thought? Well, we do, whether we know it or not. Every single day when we wake up in the morning, we think about those things. Why? For crying out loud. And we live on a planet that has so much abundance right now that we throw away 1 billion pounds of food every single year here in the United States alone. 1 billion pounds of food, and there's people starving in other countries? Why is that? Why do we have people starving in other countries while we have an abundance? In fact, we have obesity in this country. And there's people with bellies sticking out here and bones sticking out there. Well, back in 2009, I decided this is enough. You know, I'm living in a country where we have the ability to do what we want. We have this so-called American dream, but it's become what we know now as the American nightmare. Well, all right, enough of that, because I'm not here to tell you all the problems. We just had 2 speakers list out all the things that we need to look at so that we become aware of what is happening on this planet. Everyone sitting in here already is part of that choir. Everyone in here is already aware. So let's stop talking about the problems. And this is the message. The message isn't about beating that same drum over and over again of, well, we have this problem and we have that problem. I could list them all, and then somebody else can say, well, you forgot about this. There's so many. There's so many. And all of that thought energy being put into all these problems has done what? Done one thing. It's made everybody aware. All right, now that we're aware, what are we going to do? Are we going to continue to say, well, this is the problem again, and oh, look, let's look at this problem again, and that problem again, and that problem again. Okay, I'm tired of looking at these problems. Let's talk about the solutions now. We have what's known as the Zeitgeist movement. They came here to make people aware. Back in 2008, they joined up with a movement called the Venus Project, headed by, or created by a man named Jacques Fresco. And Jacques Fresco now has just turned 98 years old, folks. He's been around for a long time, so I have a tendency to listen to people who've been here a little bit longer than others, who have seen things, who had an opportunity to talk to people such as Albert Einstein, Buckminster Fuller, Larry King in 1974. He's already professing all of these solutions. And what have we done? What are we doing right now? Well, we're perpetuating the same motions day in, day out. And why do we do that? Does anybody have any idea why we continue to do what we do today?
We're not educated.
All right? That's
Fear.
a good start.
You said it.
Somebody said fear. Yeah. Fear and a lack of education. All those things put together right now is exactly why we are in a world where we perpetuate this disease process known as the capitalist economy. Again, I want to repeat that Neil talked about the capitalist economy, the monetary economy, as mathematically designed to be infinite. But we live on a finite planet. Therefore, we have to reuse and make sure that we have the resources that we use in a way where it is, this is just preaching to the choir again, recyclable, renewable, and reusable. We can repurpose many things today. So let's go into the solutions right now. Materialistically, technology is already at par with everything that we need to make sure that this planet has sufficient energy, air, water, food, shelter, and all the other social necessities that follow along with what a civilized environment looks like. Why are we not using these solutions? Well, everyone here already knows, and I'm not going to belabor this because this is the story already. We live in an economy that is run by people who look to capitalize on you. That is the definition of capitalism. To capitalize on another person, meaning that I'm going to sell you something I paid less for than what I'm charging you for. Well, this is how we bring these numbers to this overwhelming position to where there's just an unbelievable amount of infinity that is being placed into the way the methodology of the monetary system works. So, today, what is it going to take? What is it going to take to make that shift from this economy into an economy where we can travel the world as we wish, where we can purchase, or not even purchase, but have all the necessities we need and be able to transcend this material world that we so daily engage in, repeating the same behavior over and over and over again? Well, what's going on this planet is myriad movements. We have today the Zeitgeist movement. We have the Venus Project. There's the Ubuntu movement. How many people have ever heard of the Ubuntu movement here? Okay. The Ubuntu movement is a South African movement in line with the Venus Project and the Zeitgeist movement, as well as other movements on this planet today, that looks to eliminate the monetary system. In fact, a man named Michael Tellinger in South Africa is running for president on this very platform. He's looking to eliminate banks. He's looking to eliminate a monetary system that has been failed and has created all of the suffering in the world. And he wants to institute a society where all resources are made available to everybody. Now, how many people here say that will never happen? All right, again, I'm preaching to the choir, which is fine. But how many people here have talked to people about this very subject and they have said, that's never going to happen? Well,
Not in our lifetime, I guess.
why is it that it hasn't happened already? For that same exact reason. When people push into the universe these thoughts of it'll never happen, all we're doing right now is stopping ourselves before we even begin. Fortunately, there are groups of us, and this group of people is growing in numbers. Now, you don't have to believe me, but in order for you to feel this confidence in moving forward and doing what you need to do to make sure this message gets out, is to understand that we're not alone. Today and yesterday, people all around the world have gotten together and are saying the same thing. So what is it? What is it that's going to make the change happen? It's easy. It really is. It's you, yes. It's the encouragement. It's the knowing that things are changing. Not only are they changing, they have already changed. Let me give you an example. Anybody know